purchase. And these radio waves, and these radio waves, contactless card or phone app details with a merchant payments reader. The transactions are always encrypted. But to tell us more regarding contactless payments and the role of MasterCard, which is the second largest payment processing corporation in the sector in Nigeria, is the vice president and head customer solutions east of MasterCard. She joins me virtually. Hello, from Lagos. Kerry, and welcome to the program. Kerry, and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Now let's get start by asking you about the level of acceptance, the level of contactless payments in Nigeria. How has it really changed over time? How has it really changed over time?
Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you so much, Nancy. The Nigerian finance has undergone significant growth, driven by innovative technologies, and also the actions of our regulators who are really actively driving financial. Nigeria is a very young and dynamic country, and it has a very vibrant entrepreneurial culture. We are the largest economy in Africa. We have a high mobile phone. We have a high mobile phone and have a very young demographic that constitutes over 70% of the population, which makes a very right necessary to drive financial services. We also have a very supportive regulator. With a very encouraging regulatory landscape that encourages innovation in the financial sector, and some policies that really supported the growth of contactless penetration. Include the guidelines for contactless payment that was issued by the central bank, the regulatory framework for open banking, and a lot of fintechs in the market, and even setting up of agents have aided in driving financial services. If you look at instant payments by NIPS, for example, one of the world's largest real-time payments when it comes to real-time payments. But despite the growth in mobile and digital technology, millions of Nigerians still lack financial services. And we saw a lot of vulnerability during the height of COVID, and even more recently, when the central bank demonetized currency. And what we saw then was that a lot of consumers and MSMEs were unable to make in the absence of cash. So while we've seen a rise in the number of digital service providers, the ecosystem remains extremely complex to navigate because there's still a lot of silos, and we're not fully leveraging each other's digital ecosystem. Now we've seen a lot of uptake and interest in terms of fintech, and contactless, and what contactless do, and what contactless deployed in BRT buses, for example, with the likes of Touch and Pay, and recently MasterCard launched a tap on phone, which is really a solution that helps to democratize the mobile phone to a contactless device. We saw huge uptake, over half a million subscriptions, a downward, which really says that there is a need within the micro and small merchant space for a low-cost digital acceptance solution, which is the power that contactless payments. I believe that what will take us to the next level, though, is how we collaborate, how we collaborate with each other, and leverage the power of these emerging technologies so that we can create a more efficient and resilient financial solution that can transform the lives of Nigerians out there. Millions of Nigerians out there.
I heard you say earlier that, and I do know that you launched the initiative with FCMB some time ago. I'd like you to speak more about the steps and the actions that MasterCard has taken to guarantee that a lot more Nigerians are financially included, and especially living in the rural and semi-rural areas. That's one. The second part of the question is also, did we come to the party as it were? You know, because in terms of contactless payments, not many of us have adopted that. So what is MasterCard required. So what is MasterCard doing in that regard? You may also be speaking to the elites, with your partners, as it were. I wonder what the woman in a rural area, she has not, she's not even yet mobile phone star, or whatever it is. You're telling me to come and do, you're telling me to come and do touch free, and she doesn't even understand that. Are we also coming to the party late? Are we also coming to the countries like Morocco, that's even within Africa, or even countries like UK, China, Japan, the US, Japan, the US have really adopted this. So speak to me about those and how MasterCard is contributing to the adoption of contactless payments.
No, I think it's a great question. So for me, the adoption of contactless payments in Nigeria has evolved rapidly, and is driven by the demand for secure payments. And we saw this happen. And we saw this happen. Like I said, when demonetization happened, a lot of people were cash strapped, and a lot of people were cash strapped. The way we define contactless is in two parts. First of all, it is a payment that is made without any physical contact between the payer and the recipient. Using technology such as NFC or QR NFC or biometric, enabled through various factors like your card, your mobile devices, your wearables, and even a simple sticker, right? A simple sticker, right? Solution to some of the payment challenges faced by SMEs, like COVID and monetization, and like I said, MasterCard launched which is a contactless payment system that enables merchants to take their simple Android phone, download a simple software or software and it converts that mobile phone into a device where a customer can tap. Now there's several steps that happen in Nigeria. The first is that a few years ago a lot of banks actually ensured that their debit cards actually had that functionality, which means that most of the cards that you now hold enable you to actually tap. So that was one of the things that there was conformity in terms of the type of uniformity in terms of the type consumers were holding in their hands. The second thing that we then did was obviously launch the tap on phone, which really helps us to bring in that low of getting a contactless acceptance in Nigeria, growth in Nigeria. Like I said, we've seen a lot of uptake. We've seen a lot of uptake with jumping on the bandwagon. Now we recognize that there are some mobile phones that don't have the NFC and therefore cannot be converted to a contactless, and that's where QR comes in, which is a quick response. And what we've done with QR is to embed a simple payment link that allows to be able to scan that QR, to generate a payment link, and you're able to put your card details and able to put your card details. Now, when you say we might be late, I believe that there's a lot of progress that has been made in Nigeria to lay the foundation for the adoption of contactless. Like I said, in Lagos, for example, the Blue Rail line, and the Lagos BRT buses now accept contactless payments, now accept contactless payments, where issuers now use their so we're starting to build that familiarity. One of the areas that our banks also said to us, we need to be able to protect and make sure that, people are not just tapping away money without authorization. So in June 2023, the central bank rolled out the guidelines for Nigeria, and that set the standard and that set the standard how the industry and the ecosystem right? And we've seen that help define the landscape. But what we've now done is also beyond the limits, the type of phone and the technology. What about those in the rural areas? What about those in the rural areas who are limited by not only the NFC capabilities, the NFC capabilities of the phone or the distribution of internet connectivity and penetration? How do we solve for that? How do we solve for that? And that's where our community, which is a shared digital platform that connects people in remote communities, essential services. And the beautiful thing about this solution is that authorizing transactions online, online, internet connection, so whether it's internet connection, and whether it's online, and whether it's offline, and it utilizes biometric which also addresses, the literacy level, fingerprint, or your facial recognition, facial recognition, or use the QR code that can be accessed whether you print it out or your phone. So these are some of the things that we've actually done to ensure that we are touching different types of consumers, whether it be in rural urban areas, or whether they have a feature phone.
Carrie, let's talk about the security features and protocols that perhaps MasterCard has put in place to safeguard contactless payments in Nigeria. Because when it comes to, I remember when talking about digital payments, came in just a few years ago. And I'm really happy that I've also seen the country go through this period, because even at that time, many people did not want to use ATMs and even want to have ATMs and even want to have debit cards. Now we're talking about contactless payments, and I do believe that we will also is a transition. And a lot of people at that time were talking about fraud, security concerns. So what is MasterCard doing to be able to safeguard the safety of contactless payments users in Nigeria? How it works.
I mean, MasterCard takes security very seriously, and we have implemented various features in the Nigerian consumer business, the Nigerian consumer contactless payments. The first thing is obviously working with the regulators in defining what the contactless limits are, and we try to apply that rationale. In Nigeria, a contactless transaction is pegged at 15,000 naira and per transaction and cumulative daily transaction limits. These are limits that you can initiate a transaction without a PIN. Any transaction limit above that will authenticate via a PIN or biometric, which is a method that verifies the rights to the payment transaction before you can actually send the payment. And our contactless infrastructure supports both infrastructure and biometric authentication, which allows you to confirm the identity. So that's the first thing that we've done. The second thing that we've done is that we can actually now enable customers to further digitize their physical card into their mobile consumers that have a smartphone. And why this is important is that you're creating a digital version of your card in your mobile phone, and we're now tokenizing that digital version, which really payment credentials, so your card number, your expiry date, and identified folder token, which is then transmitted during the payment process. Now, the beautiful thing about tokenization and using a mobile contactless is that you also get the added benefits of your mobile phone authorization authentication capability, which is whether it be fingerprint to authorize the payment, or your biometric device-specific verification, which means that only the authorized device can actually initiate and complete a payment transaction. The proliferation of mobile phones in Nigeria and just the growth in penetration of accessibility, we believe that more mobile digital payments will drive digital adoption, and having a digital wallet for contactless payment Nigeria. Will be the next beyond the form factors for payment. We also have a very robust fraud and monitoring that uses advanced data analytics to protect and prevent fraudulent and suspicious transactions. The fraud monitoring and prevention system analyzes various factors, such as the behavior and the pattern of behavior and the merchant to identify and block any normal transactions from the normal transaction. And the system also alerts the issuer of any potential fraud and provides tools and resources to resolve any sort of issues. So these are some of the security features and measures that MasterCard has to protect the consumers and the business. And we're constantly enhancing because as you know, the more advanced the digital payment ecosystem, the more advanced and sophisticated. So we need to make sure that we stay on our toes, and we stay on to ensure that we have a very safe and secure
Carrie, what if my contactless card is stolen? I lose it, or I lose it. What happened? Because
the first,
yes, because
the first,
because someone that has access to it because someone that has access to it touch and go too. Touch and go too.
The first thing is what is encouraged that you ensure that you ensure that your card is compromised or your contactless card is stolen, you report it directly to your issuer. But the beautiful thing also is that the transaction limits are very well defined. Like I said, CBN has put in CBN has put in the maximum limit. 1,000 is the maximum limit that can be used for contactless transaction.
But a daily cumulative limit of 50K without a PIN or BVN verification. verification. Yes, now let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Is that in a way the growth of contactless payment or contactless payment? You know, the regulator is also still being a bit cautious. Also aiding the acceptance because I know that that regulation brought out this year. Brought out by the central bank. I think precisely the central bank. I think precisely June 27. If I can remember June 27 when they came up this year. Precisely when they came up for you guys. So do you think that for you guys? So do you think that it's in a way promoting the acceptance? Let's edge the losses in case something happens.
I think the simple answer to that question is the rise of digital wallets. Because the limits only apply to the physical card. In the event of loss being stolen, in the event of being compromised, and ensuring that you're stolen cards to your issuer. But if that card is digitized in a mobile wallet that provides mobile authentication and security standards, then those limits don't apply. Then those limits don't apply. Because before you can actually make a digital wallet, you would have had to authorize transaction, you would have had to authorize biometric authentication.
What just happened? Was that network? Oh, okay, let's see if we can reconnect with the network. We're talking technology. All right, should we take a break and reconnect so that we can conclude on that segment. All right, welcome back. Carrie Tukuru, Vice President, Head Customer Solutions, East and West Africa MasterCard, is back with me right now online. Welcome again, Kiari. We're talking technology, and technology just played a fast one on us. So, so just conclude on what you were saying earlier.
So what I was saying is that we're starting to see a lot of banks now implement the tokenization capability because we see that digital wallets would actually play a crucial role in the penetration of contactless payments in Nigeria. Why this is because those limits are not applied when you actually initiate a transaction from your mobile phone. Why? Because you authorize those transactions using your biometric authentication, whether it be your facial recognition or your fingerprint or even your PIN, right? So these transactions are authorized before they go through. And what we've set in partnership with the regulator is a limit that is common practice. Globally, there is a limit that applies to contactless transactions, especially card-enabled contactless transactions, to make sure that the exposures are limited.
All right, as we end this, you've been talking about the regulator and the regulations. How has, for example, SANEF, which is the shared agent network expansion, our facility also helped, because these are some of the initiatives that the regulator, which is the central bank, now, perhaps over 200 of them, and competitors. All of you are just really going head to head. So what more do you expect from the Central Bank of Nigeria in terms of regulation? Then number two, what more can Nigerians also expect from MasterCard, even as we enter a new year, 2024 year, the second largest corporation, of course, doing this worldwide. So what should we expect? Are there any goodies apart from this tap and go? Soft POS, isn't it? That's what you call it. Is it soft POS? Yes, soft POS. Okay, soft POS.
Yeah. No, I think it's what the regulators have done so far has really helped drive the distribution of financial services in Nigeria with setting up of agencies like SANEF, because we need to reach millions and millions in Nigeria, and the branch network, bank branch network distribution is just not enough to enable that to happen. So with SANEF, we now have a larger footprint, and a lot of banks are also implementing their own agency network. We have a larger footprint where we can now distribute our capabilities. We have more agents that can now download the tap on phone and provide contactless payment capabilities to their consumers. I believe that the regulator, in collaboration with different parties within the ecosystem, because it's not just them, we've got to have the telcos, the fintech, the financial institutions, the retail players come on the table to distribute, some of these solutions. And we're working very closely across segments. Beyond just a tap on phone, like I said, we've implemented QR in the market for those who do not have the NFC-enabled devices. We're looking at implementing a localized card product that allows for cheaper, affordable issuing cards in the market. And we call that the Niger card, which is very, very good because that's something that we've not rolled out before anywhere. So we're having a localized card in the market that helps banks really get to the bottom of the pyramid and really meet the demands of the consumers out in the rural areas who really need cheaper financing. We work with governments around training, around capacity building. We just rolled out an SME solution with Providence Bank a week ago, where we've embedded a QR on a physical plastic, which now doubles up as both a payment and an acceptance solution, which is some innovation that has come into our market. So there's a lot of things that we are doing, and we're just making sure that, collaboration is key, and partnering with all the key players within the ecosystem to build that resilience structure is what MasterCard is really after.
Okay. Kerry, I had said that perhaps that is actually the last question, but let me now ask a final one before you go. For those that are watching us right now and they're saying, okay, I'm really interested in what Kerry is talking about and MasterCard is doing, how should they go about it?
The first point of call is to go to any of your local banks in Nigeria and have a conversation about number one, whether your card is contactless. If it is not contactless, request from your bank to give you a contactless card. And the second thing you want to ask them is, when are they going to make digital wallets available? We see a lot of transactions in Nigeria happening via the mobile phone. NIP, like I said, is reporting one of the world's largest volumes in terms of real-time payments. So Nigerians are doing a lot of transactions from their mobile phones. And we've said the security feature on the mobile phone is a great enabler for contact. So we want to encourage a lot more issuing banks and Nigerians to leverage the digital wallets for contactless payments. So go to your banks and let's get them to make these capabilities available to you. We work very well with all the banks in deploying these innovative assets.
Okay. All right. I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Kerry, for speaking with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's quickly take a break, and when we return from the break, we will continue with the program. We will move over to COP28 and perhaps take a look at the gains for Nigeria from COP28 after the break. All right, welcome back to the program. Architect Hassan Agambo, a green building expert and sustainability consultant, is joining me right now for us to take a look at COP28. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, let's get started. Beyond the noise and beyond the distractions that we saw, in terms of the number of delegates that went to Dubai, do you think that we really got some gains from the summit?
We did. We did get, naturally, African nations were part of those that were seriously agitating for loss and damage, and there has been some reasonable stride made in that direction. Huge contributions made. The funds will be with the World Bank for now. There are frameworks that has been created to be able to make sure that things start rolling properly. And Nigeria will definitely be part of those countries that are going to gain, and so many others.
In what areas do you think that will gain?
Right, I think specifically the renewable energy. Major strides achieved in this COP, renewable energy. Globally, there has been, a general agreement that globally everybody is going to ramp up, triple up the agitation on renewable energy.
Okay. Okay, we'll come back. Let's quickly take a break, and when we return from the break, we'll continue our conversation. Do stay. All right, welcome back. Architect Hassana Gambo is still here, green building expert and sustainability consultant, and we're talking about COP28. Okay, you were talking about the gains earlier for Nigeria. So,
and there is the global adaptation, global goals on adaptation. There has been a tremendous achievement in that as well, which sort of goes hand in hand with the loss and damage fund on how developing economies can build up their resilience. And for Nigeria specifically, we can talk about the initiative, the presidential initiative launched by President Bola Tinubu on rolling out of the 100 electric buses and establishing the carbon credit system, making it to become robust for Nigeria to be able to start, working on that running. Let's hit the ground running on the carbon credit, because that's one area that will be able to access funding for resilience.
We also have mixed reactions around the transition away from fossil fuels.
Yes.
And this is a country that still have a lot of oil reserves needs money for development. And where we also get money is perhaps, historically, we've been getting it from oil. How do you think that this will really impact our trajectory? Because the rest of the world, especially globalized economies, are saying we need to move away from fossil fuels.
Well, in my humble opinion, business as usual is over, because COP28 is considered a historic COP, because the whole issue of phasing out fossil fuel was injected in the whole draft. That goes to show you how serious this issue is, and it's not something for us as a fossil-driven economy in Nigeria. It's not really, we're not kind of excited about it, because automatically it's going to affect every single, everything around our economy. The OPEC struggled seriously, they fought, and as you must have heard, the organizing the coast, UAE, Saudi Arabia, other nations fought hard, but the beautiful thing, the thing is, I think this is something that it's somehow inevitable. We will just have to get here.
No, but Nigeria and the rest, some other African countries are clamoring for fairness, justice, and equity.
Equity, exactly.
Climate justice, climate equity, and other African countries, as well as Nigeria, saying, come on, guys, you've developed enough, and we need this thing. So how do you think we can really navigate that very delicate balance?
I feel
sorry to cut you short, because even a few projects now, even some few financiers are saying, we will not give you finance until it's attached to green project, yes, and all of that.
Yes, and with this new declaration, Nigeria will have to openly, clearly make a commitment. We have to clearly make a commitment by 2030, how much reduction, by 2050, how much, and we can't go back on our words. So we have to start looking inwards and hit the ground running. But I still have hope in the gaps. There are some gaps that Nigeria can capitalize on.
What are those gaps?
Fair phasing out, fair removal. Countries like Nigeria, African nations that we heavily need climate resilient. We can be able to push our narrative forward, negotiate harder in future COP negotiations, negotiate harder to be given more leeway, to be given a little bit of support and, kind of subsidies, or considering our situation. We cannot be, those in the global south cannot be put at the same pedestal with those at the global north. And particularly, why am I emphasizing on this? Because at this moment, yes, there has been huge contributions on the loss and damage fund, close to $700 million. But for so long, we've been hearing about that, and where nobody sees the money coming. It doesn't come. Even if it does, it comes in trickles with so much, difficulty. So considering the pressure isn't so hard on nations to put in the funds for the loss and damage. I feel we shouldn't be given too much. We should be given the leeway to be able to come out of this fossil fuel economy in a reasonable and fair, equitable way.
President Tinubu said that we need $10 billion every year until 2060 to achieve the transition plan.
Yeah.
Are you optimistic we'll get this money, bearing in mind that other African countries are also, it's a survival of the fittest.
Of the fittest. Yes. And sincerely, I'm very doubtful, because when you're looking at the global north, developed nations don't really see Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria is part of the nations that are really at the receiving end of the climate impact, but we have the resources to be able to pull ourselves out.
How do we have the resources?
We do.
We do have yes, how do we have the resources? Because we have other competing needs too.
Exactly.
Yeah, because are you talking of resources in terms of funds? Let me understand, or resources that will get us funds to be able to do that?
Resources that will get us funds. We just need to put our house in order. These finances that we're hearing that are coming in and out and are going here and there, if we are able to prove that these funds, once they come, they are truly going to be utilized for these projects, they are truly going to be utilized for improving our capacity to become renewable energy, to improve our energy sources, transportation, and all of that, I think we'll be okay compared to other African nations that don't even have these resources.
When do you think that the quick wins will come, especially in our transition phase? For example, now there are a lot of people in the rural areas using firewoods. I'm even aware now that even the firewoods are not even available anymore because, forests have been, there's been so much deforestation and all of that. So where do you think that we will do the quick wins, we'll get the quick wins? Also, I remember when President Jonathan, his administration, there was a project that was launched, I think, clean fuel, cooking gas. Only God knows how that project really went. So in what areas do you think that President Tinubu can quickly,
Yes, we have to concentrate on the low-hanging fruits. Those achievable things, we have to put efforts, we have to ram up, go all out on the low-hanging fruits, the quick achievable things, so as to reduce pressure on the fossil fuel gas narratives.
Okay.
Clean cooking, this thing has been going on for long, and I believe it's achievable. It's truly achievable because, as you've said now, the coal is even expensive.
AIT. Welcome here. The man that we are celebrating, the President of the Senate, His Excellency Dr. Godswill Akpabio, CON. He's here with his lovely wife, Her Excellency Norma Akpabio. I welcome you. Thank you very much. Let me welcome the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD. Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, I welcome you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. The Deputy Senate President is here, Distinguished Senator Jibrin Barao. I welcome you, Your Excellency. The Chairman of APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje. I welcome you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Also here, we welcome the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu. I'd like to welcome the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Ben Okeze Kalu. I welcome you. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Going on a vacation or a business trip, catching a flight to see family, or taking a break in Zanzibar?
So the President, His Excellency,
Now we will be able to go deep down and calculate serious between now and the next COP, definitely
between now and the
we're going
next
to
COP,
come up with our own updated NDCs. Between now and the next COP, definitely, and definitely we're going to come up with our own. By that time, we're aware that NDCs, national determined contributions, and we are, by that time we're aware that the whole discussion about fossil fuels making is now on the table. So things can only get on what that can do when we have to sit back on the table, start making realistic projections on what we can do, where we can do what. And what would be that realistic projection? And what we don't have an option but to declare how we're going to begin our exploration. And at what percentage we don't have an option but to declare how we're going to keep reducing our exploration. At what percentage are we going to bring in that? So we have to sit down and calculate how is it realistic? How can we begin to achieve that in every sector, any sector? And we have to declare that. So we have to sit down and another area. How is it realistic? How can we begin to achieve that in every sector, major sector?
All right, I'm speaking with Dr. Hassan Agambo,